Welcome everyone to Yunyun Review channel. Before we dive into today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share so more people can discover us. Enjoy the show. I stayed up late reading Yusha's slow motion novel and unexpectedly found myself transported into its world. After realizing I had become the story's villainous male side character. With 5 million in my pocket, I was kidnapped in the dead of night to join a couple's reality show. While others busied themselves flaunting their love before the cameras, I spent my days holed up in the hotel lost in video games. I even urged my wife to divorce me. Yet netizens somehow mistook us for a genuine couple free of artificial sweetness. I had transmigrated into the novel's despicable male side character. I fell head over heels for the devoted second female lead Yunyun chasing her relentlessly. Meanwhile, the male lead Jiboda went off and married someone else. So Yunyun, as if seeking a shield, chose to marry me. She casually tied the knot with the original character. After the marriage, the male lead signed up for a couple's reality show. The original character, eager to steal the spotlight, joined as well. On the show, the original character was overbearing, always trying to outshine others. He constantly clashed with the male lead, only to be repeatedly humiliated by him, becoming a foil to highlight the male lead's blissful marriage. Not only did netizens mock me mercilessly, but I also pushed Yunyun to the brink of exasperation. After the show ended, we swiftly divorced. In the end, the original character met a tragic, despairing end. Unfortunately, I arrived at a terrible point in the story. The plot had just reached the start of the reality show. As the guests gathered to check in, the production team had prepared spacious rooms for everyone. Inside, each suite had 2 bedrooms and a living area. As usual, Yunyun slept in a separate room from the original character. But when I woke up, I found myself lying in Yunyun's bed. She had just finished showering. Her body still carried the dampness of steam. Her bathrobe was meticulously tied, not a fold out of place. No wonder she was the novel's most popular character, Jinyu. Her stunning figure was something only the male lead could fully appreciate. Yunyun's hair fell casually over her shoulders. Yet it did nothing to shield the intensity of her gaze on me. Her sharp, piercing eyes locked onto mine. "What are you doing?" she asked, her tone icy and biting. I awkwardly scrambled out of her bed. Without the blanket's cover, my 16-pack abs were fully exposed. Yet Yunyun remained utterly unmoved. Instead, she looked at me with even more disdain and said, "I've warned you, Xiao Yan. There's no love between us. It's better if we keep our distance." I froze my hand on the door, ready to leave. It was true, my actions had been inappropriate. But if she disliked the original character so much, why marry him? Joining a couple's reality show didn't seem any better. Wasn't her behavior just as questionable? I nodded in agreement. Feeling it lacked conviction, I added with more force, "You're absolutely right. If we're keeping our distance, why bother with this show? Let's just tell the production team we're quitting." As soon as I said it, Yunyun stared at me, stunned. She furrowed her brow, scrutinizing me carefully. I scoffed. What was she looking at? Standing before her was Xiao Yan, a man set on divorce. Her gaze was sharp as a blade. It made my confidence waver, but I shot back defiantly. After a moment, she spoke. "The show must be completed." I smirked. In the novel, she joined this program just to see with her own eyes whether the male lead was happy in his marriage. She hadn't even seen him yet. So of course she wouldn't leave. The tables had turned. Now she was the one at a disadvantage. I gave a cold huff. "Then you'd better perform well." After shutting the door and returning to my room, I sprawled comfortably on my bed, envisioning my future. The show would last half a month. Once it was over, I'd divorce Yunyun. Then I'd become a small-time actor in the entertainment industry. Life would be perfect. I had no interest in bonding with Yunyun anyway. If I could just coast through, the half-month would fly by in a flash. I slept until 11 in the morning, while others' live streams showed them cooking and working out, exploring the town's attractions and more. They'd already done it all. Jiboda and his wife had already delivered the show's first viral moment, feeding each other in the kitchen. He was a popular young actor, married to a wealthy heiress. The comments went wild, calling it sweet. Pampered by his tycoon wife, Jiboda is the ultimate winner in life. What's Xiao Yan doing? He's usually so dramatic, but now he's nowhere to be seen. Sleeping all day, never showing up. His wife went out early for work. He married Yunyun with her goddess-like figure and her stunning beauty, plus her insanely rich family. I ignored the barrage of comments completely. I washed my face quickly and headed downstairs. In the lobby, Jibota and his wife Liu Ryan were still in the kitchen, engaged in intimate interactions. Peeling a cucumber led to a sweet gaze. Chopping vegetables ended in an embrace. They volunteered to cook lunch for everyone, but at this rate no one would eat before starving. It was clear lunch wasn't happening. Xiao had finally gotten out of bed. Jibota spotted me and greeted me with exaggerated warmth. No need to remind the viewers. They already know I slept in, and they've torn me apart for it. I headed to the fridge to find something to eat. Jibota sauntered over. You didn't get up this morning, so Yunyun had no breakfast. I had to grab her a sandwich from the fridge. His delicate saintly face was etched with concern. You're married now, you can't be as reckless as before. A husband has responsibilities to fulfill. The comments exploded at this scene. Oh my god, our idol is so kind-hearted. He's even thinking of Xian's situation. To pure for this world, Xian doesn't deserve him. Anyone who's seen his diva antics in the news knows he's beyond redemption. He's doomed to divorce. I opened the fridge. It was neatly stocked with sandwiches, drinks, and various ingredients. I grabbed a sandwich and took a bite. Seeing I didn't respond, Jibota looked hurt. Are you upset that I meddled? He said, sounding wrong. I'm sorry, I just couldn't bear to see her hungry. My temple twitched faintly. I had no patience for his theatrics in front of the cameras. Yeah, pretty meddlesome. People might think you made the sandwich for her. Besides, Yunyun's allergic to peanut butter. She can't eat this. Jiboda's face paled. He blinked flustered. I only meant to help, he stammered. Just like his help with cooking on the show. He spent 2 hours in the kitchen and still didn't finish. In the end, we all went out to eat. He just wanted to hog the camera. Thanks for your kindness. But don't bother with my Lunch Me novel's plot. Yunyun was off handling work and wouldn't be back until late. The original character attended events alone, becoming the target of netizens' mockery and pity. So what if he married Yunyun? Without love, he's still pathetic and miserable. Sure, I was the most pathetic, the most pitiable. Even if I got $1 billion in alimony after the divorce, what good was it without love? I stayed in the suite's living room playing games. Yunyun didn't return that evening. I ordered takeout for myself and casually opened a trending video about tycoon gossip. Just then the suite's door was pushed open. Yunyun, who'd been missing all day, walked in. My luck was just that bad. As Yunyun entered, the video happened to mention her. In short, Yunyun is a tycoon genius, gorgeous and incredibly capable, and never linked to any scandals. I kept the video's volume low. She probably couldn't hear it right. Apparently, Yunyun's hearing was perfectly fine. She sat down across from me. The video's host kept talking. Yunyun's only flaw is that she's married. But no worries. There are plenty of other beauties. Let's move on to the next one. I fumbled to shut off the video. The air grew awkward. I focused on eating, pretending nothing happened. But Yunyun's gaze stayed fixed on me. I coughed tactically to break the tension. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not interested in you anymore. I was just watching that video to scout potential remarriage prospects. It has nothing to do with you. Yunyun's brow furrowed slightly. Her eyes locked onto my every expression, searching for any sign I was lying. I met her gaze with calm confidence. All I cared about now was the alimony. I had no interest in her body. I stood to clear my takeout box, ready to distance myself from this unpredictable, domineering CEO. Just as I got up, Yunyun suddenly said, "You've been acting different lately." "Yeah, I've changed," I replied earnestly. "I've seen the error of my ways. I won't bother you anymore." Yunyun didn't respond. Her gaze was heavy, studying me intently. I returned to my room ready to scroll on my phone but I saw that troublesome video again. Annoyed, I posted a comment, "Don't worry, I'll be back on the market soon." Brand new listed on Xiao Yan. The first day of freedom came to an end. The second day was packed with activities and I was beyond exhausted. We gathered at 8 in the morning. I threw on a random outfit yawning as I headed downstairs. The male lead Jiboda wore a white suit, perfectly matching his delicate flower persona. Another male guest actor Ding in his early 40s looked youthful in a simple suit. He wore a plain-colored suit as well. The moment I appeared, the comments criticized me so calculated, dressing differently on purpose to stand out. I sat on the far end of the lobby sofa, keeping as much distance from Yunyun as possible, but she uncharacteristically got up and walked over. Sitting right beside me, did she have a performative personality? Not only that, I felt Yunyun's gaze today, lingering on me, subtle but constant, as if she was observing me. Did she think after my declaration yesterday, I'd cause trouble on the show today? That's why she kept watching. Metaday's task was mountain climbing. To reach the summit for a picnic, I went straight to the production team. Do we have to climb? I want to take the cable car. The staff looked surprised. If you do that, your group will have to little footage. The final edit won't have enough screen time. No problem, I said. I'm not the type to care about screen time. I'll happily give my share to everyone else. But the production team refused. They hired me to create drama. Jiboda and I debuted on the same talent show. He was a fan favorite from the start. I wasn't as popular, but my agency was skilled at generating buzz. They played up my slight resemblance to him, constantly buying me press coverage, and I barely secured a debut spot in the fantasy drama that made us famous. It was the same story. He played the ethereal hero, I played his stand-in. The rivalry was a bloody mess, tearing into each other relentlessly. The production team wasn't about to lose that kind of heat. Since I'd signed the contract, I had to play by the rules. So I joined the others in the van. Actor Ding took the host script, guiding the group's conversation topics. He led everyone to talk about the moment they first fell for their spouse. Actor Ding and his wife fell in love on set. They were the entertainment industry's model couple. Jiboda's story sounded like a movie. He described passing his wife at a business event and falling in love at first sight. His tale subtly highlighted how much she loved him and how wealthy she was, sparking envy in the comments. Jiboda smiled and turned to me. I've always been curious, Xiao Yan, about the love story between you and President Yun. My story with Yunyun had been a public spectacle, and an ugly one at that. In one sentence, a hopeless simp found no spring. Jiboda's intentions weren't pure. I had chased her shamelessly, and after getting her, I realized it wasn't worth it. Being single was better. The room fell into stunned silence. Everyone was shocked, but maintained their professional composure. Their faces didn't change, though no one dared respond. Actor Ding broke the silence with a laugh. Haha. Newlyweds always have their little spats. When I first married old Chen, it was the same. He was annoyed every day, always talking about divorce. Sitting beside me, Yunyun, who'd been silent as a prop, suddenly spoke. Actually, I've had a crush on Xiao Yan since high school. I whipped my head to look at her. Did you eat that sandwich from yesterday morning? Are you poisoned or something? Actor Ding's wife, a director, stepped in to smooth things over. Haha, is Xiao Yan shy? The mood lightened instantly. They assumed I was upset because Yunyun hadn't spent time with me yesterday, and we were having a lover's quarrel. Out of the camera's view, I shot Yunyun a glare. She really seemed off her meds, but instead of getting mad, her dark eyes just watched me. Her thin lips curved slightly, plotting Huano shot. Her stare made me restless. I couldn't help but reach out to push her face away. My warm fingers brushed her cool, pale skin. The smooth sensation made my fingertips tingle. Shocked by my own action, I quickly turned to stare out the window, shrinking further into the corner. The whole scene was broadcast live. The comments were flooded with gossip. I thought they had no feelings. Did I get the wrong tea? Did you notice? Yunyun's attention was on Xiao Yan the whole time, always watching him. But Xiao Yan seems to really dislike her. What's with this domineering CEO feels wrong vibe? It's kind of sweet somehow. In the one who's poisoned. The van pulled up to the base of Luing Mountain. A normal climb to the summit would take 2 hours. The production team announced the rules. During the climb, they'd set up photo checkpoints at several scenic spots. Each couple had to take creative and romantic photos together. The couple with the most popular photo, voted by netizens, would win a mystery prize. But for the picnic at the summit, the first couple to reach the top would get a lavish lunch. The last would be stuck with bread. It seemed like a tough choice. But in reality, most would choose the photos for more screen time and the chance to post stunning pictures to gain fans. A meal was nothing. In the entertainment industry, everyone was used to starving. Jaibo's wife clung to his arm. Let's recreate our wedding photo pose. Their wedding had been a viral Nina photo spread. My name trended on social media for an entire day. The photos were undeniably well shot. Even passers-by would think we looked perfect together. So Xian, what's your take on this? Jaibo asked with a smile. His question caught me off guard. The original character and Yunyun had been married for barely half a year, living separately right after the wedding, without even holding a ceremony or taking wedding photos. Jaibo gasped, "Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up." I forced a smile, glancing sideways. Yunyun's expression remained calm and indifferent, not stepping in to defend the male lead as I'd expected. Her composure surprised me. My gaze darted between the two of them, circling their dynamic with curiosity. The comments erupted in a frenzy. Every time Xian opens his mouth like that, it makes everyone so awkward. Doesn't he know how to read the room? This is a marriage reality show. Is he trying to sabotage it? Did the producers expect this? The one who stirs trouble first is the worst. It's Jaibo poking at his sore spots on purpose. Please, the production team loves him. This chaos is exactly what makes the show pop. Look, the livestream audience doubled in a flash. There were 3 different routes to the mountaintop, assigned by random draw led by the director. After drawing, everyone split up. The once crowded group dispersed, leaving just Yunyun and me, with 3 crew members filming us. It felt almost like being alone together. I had no desire to talk to Yunyun, and just wanted to reach the summit for that lavish meal. So I charged ahead, head down. The only thing that annoyed me was that I was panting from the climb, while she seemed completely unfazed. We passed our group's first checkpoint. Reluctantly, I stopped and posed with Yunyun for a photo. Let's make this quick. I say eggplant, you say smile. And so a typical tourist photo was born. But as the camera clicked, I couldn't help but grin reflexively. The photographer nodded, pleased with the shot, even saying we had great chemistry. That was entirely unnecessary. The final checkpoint was a sprawling cherry blossom forest. Early April's sunlight was perfect. A breeze sent petals falling like snow. Yunyun stood amid this cherry blossom rain, her usual intensity softened by the scene. The sight stirred something in my chest. A beautiful face could deceive anyone. I stepped beside Yunyun to pose, planning to snap another quick photo. But Yunyun shook her head. "You're going to run toward me from 10 meters away." Now she was giving me choreography. "Do you even know what our relationship is?" I switched off my mic and nodded for her to do the same. Once sure the crew couldn't hear us. "That's enough from you. Stop acting like we didn't even know each other in high school." The original character met Yunyun on a film set. He was visiting Jaibo's shoot and fell for her at first sight. Yunyun stayed silent, her gaze unreadable. Her eyes held no warmth, only scrutiny, probing me as if testing my words. "It'll sweeten the D lad, another billion to your alimony." I got carried away, thrilled, and slapped her arm enthusiastically. "Forget the money. In just doing you a favor. Capturing a good action shot demanded serious skill from the photographer. Luckily, the crew was from bizarre weddings, experts at snapping sweet couple photos. I ran back and forth several times, still failing to meet the photographer's standards. 1 billion, 1 billion. My post-divorce life depended on this. Yunyun was surprisingly cooperative. "So," the crew grew bold, directing her. "Hug each other, get closer. Don't stand so far apart." Yunyun grabbed me and pulled me forward. I looked up, meeting her eyes. Her gaze was soft with a faint smile. "Perfect, just like that," the photographer shouted. I felt a flush of embarrassment and quickly stepped back. The moment the photographer called okay, Yunyun turned and walked away. "You're the one who begged me to pose." She joined the photographer, who showed her the final shots. Curiosity tugged at me. I wanted to sneak a peek, but Yunyun urged me to move on. Weren't you in a hurry to grab food? She had a point. We reached the summit, and our team was indeed the first to arrive. I broke the ice with Yunyun. Let's be clear. Even if the photos aren't great, you still pay up. Yunyun shot me a look. I faltered, made that money was too easy. Fine, I'll give you a 999 discount. I dashed to the dining area, ready to claim my feast, only to find raw seafood and ingredients. I was a disaster in the kitchen, only good for cutting or burning my hands. Yunyun surely couldn't cook either. Actor Ding's group got steak. Jiboda nibbled on bread while I faced raw fish. I grabbed a few lettuce leaves and invited Yunyun to join me for a salad. She smiled and said I can cook. To my utter shock, Yunyun casually rolled up her sleeves to her elbows. Her slender fingers, so adept at signing contracts, chopped vegetables with ease. I couldn't help, so I just offered flattery. But Yunyun told me to stay out of her way. Undeterred, I dragged a chair over for her. When the other teams reached the summit, they saw this scene. Me lounging half asleep in a chair, while Yunyun prepared food alone. Your wife can cook, someone asked. I only found out today. Everyone crowded around her, except for one figure who approached me. It was Jiboda, stealing my spotlight again. His face bore an expression I'd never seen. A twisted mask hiding resentment, as if he were the villainous sidekick. He didn't speak, just glared at me for a good 10 seconds. I was baffled. Wasn't Yunyun his unattainable love? He chose someone else. So why was he so hostile toward a minor character like me? Yunyun's cooking was live-streamed, and the comments went wild. The domineering CEO can cook. She's dancing right on my fantasies. Starving, I ordered takeout seafood fried rice. I had to hand it to Yunyun's culinary skills. Not only delicious, but beautifully plated. There's an old saying, to win a man's heart, you must win his stomach. As my fake wife, Yunyun's score in my book climbed to 60. After lunch, we played games and chatted. I noticed Yunyun slip away, and Jiboda soon followed with an excuse something was up. My gossip radar activated, and I trailed them to eavesdrop. I overheard Jiboda say I need a favor. Wasn't he Yunyun's white moonlight? Why so formal? Sadly, I only caught that one line. The rest of their conversation was to faint. I could only tell Jiboda was asking for something, but Yunyun seemed to refuse him firmly. I slipped away before they noticed, returning to the villa with this new discovery. Before Yunyun went to her room, I couldn't resist asking, what's really going on with you and Jiboda? Yunyun frowned. What do you mean? I can tell Jiboda has feelings for you. You two are into each other. So why didn't you marry him back then? Yunyun's face turned. I see him loyal, don't worry. If got the ethics of an ex-husband, I won't spill anything. She sneered. Where'd you get the idea I like him? It's in the novel's plot. How could that be wrong? Online they say you're his sugar mommy. Otherwise, with song groups so massive, and entertainment not even its main business, why would you invest so much in it? Xiao Yan, I never lie. I froze. What do you mean? My mind flashed back to her words. If had a crush on Xiao Yan since high school. The plot seemed to have veered drastically, but I, the transmigrator, was clueless. What was I supposed to do now? My resolve hardened. I'd adapt to whatever came. Back in the first floor lobby, I fiddled with my phone, distracted, clicking aimlessly through my brother's profile. Suddenly, I noticed the show's official account posted our morning photos. Actor Ding and director Chen's photos were classic, two standard couple poses, radiating the warmth of a seasoned marriage. Jiboda and Liu Ryan's photos were dreamy, one of them running hand in hand, another a Princess Carrie. Then came Yunyun and me. In the photo, my eyes crinkled with a smile, my lips curved up. Damn muscle memory. As for Yunyun, she leaned toward me, her face turned, gazing down at me. The photographer's skill was unreal. Even a tourist shot looked so tender. I swiped to the next image. The final photo hit me hard. Cherry blossoms scattered in the air. I was running toward Yunyun. In the bright sunlight's overexposure, my figure was slightly translucent, while Yunyun stood in the shadows. The contrast of light and motion was stunning. The comments were screaming, this photo has so much vibe. A lonely girl meeting her boy, who crossed time to return to her, implored. My finger lingered on the image. Before I realized it, I'd already saved it. Actor Ding smirked behind me, having witnessed my moment with a gossiping grin. I stammered. I just think the photographer's amazing. Like when you see a cute dog, you can't help but save the picture. Actor Ding nodded half-heartedly. I wanted to grab his arm and swear 1,000 times that I meant it. Then Yunyun came downstairs, on the phone saying, yeah, help me share it. Well, give out bonuses later. Actor Ding waved at her. Your photos turned out great, but you might not win. We're all out here campaigning as couples. Yunyun smiled. I'm campaigning too. In the show's official account, there was Yunyun, with a Twitter account registered an hour ago. Shed retweeted the show's post, adding vote for me. That wasn't campaigning, that was a command. Our photos' votes skyrocketed among the retweeters. We're not just song groups' subsidiaries, but also big shots from finance magazines. What was going on? It felt like an announcement. I almost want to retweet for you. I pulled Yunyun aside to a corner whispering, are you insane? With this kind of spectacle, how are we supposed to divorce? She glanced at me, who said I want a divorce. What about my alimony? I grabbed her, ready to argue, but the comment section was eating it up. These to sneak off for private chats at every chance. Is there something us VIPs can't hear? Speak up. The votes kept soaring. By the deadline, our team actually took first place. The promised mystery reward hadn't arrived when they hit us with a bombshell. Tomorrow we're going camping. I paced outside Yunyun's room. The thought of tomorrow's schedule made me still myself and knock. The door opened. Yunyun had just showered, her bathrobe loosely tied. My eyes couldn't help but linger on her exposed collarbone. Wait, don't stare. I forced my gaze to the floor. Did you hear about tomorrow's camping? The crew says we're sleeping in tents. Yunyun gave a simple mm, and nothing more. Just mm. Don't you realize we'll have to share a tent? She smirked. Are you worried it'll try something? I corrected her. I'm worried it'll try something. The original character had done plenty of that. I'm not worried. With that, she slammed the door. What was with her sudden change? Didn't she used to guard herself fiercely, afraid I'd even glance at her? Fine, if she wasn't scared, why should I be? The camping gear was professional grade, but we had to set up our own tents and assemble our own tables. Since our photo won first place, our team got first pick. I immediately chose the biggest tent for the safety of both of us. But Yunyun didn't know how to set it up. Director Chen's group had their tent up already. Ours was still flat on the ground. Should I ask Director Chen for help? Yunyun snapped, I can do it. To preserve her CEO dignity, I gave her space to figure it out and wandered to the beach. Boda approached me with extra concealer under his eyes, looking like he hadn't slept. You saw yesterday, didn't you? I shook my head. Don't play dumb. I saw everything. Are you laughing at me in your head? I'm not, but Boda kept talking. I just wanted a role in Director Wang's film. Such a small favor. And she wouldn't help. She used to do anything for me. Everything changed after you showed up. But I'm fine. I'm innocent. Boda frowned. You don't really think she likes you, do you? We're both just her substitutes. He pulled out his phone to show me a blurry sketch. This is Yunyun's late white moonlight. The person in the photo looked so familiar. It was my original face. My real self looked a lot like Xiao Yan, just with less refined features and a mole on the tip of my nose. The long-haired boy in the sketch was exactly me. Seeing my stunned silence, Boda smirked. You're just a cheap knockoff. I stood up, suddenly struggling to breathe. The world spun, and I collapsed. When I woke again, it felt like I'd knocked my head. My mind was flooded with a jumble of fragmented images. I saw myself in a school uniform perched on the back of Yunyun's bicycle, weaving through bustling streets and quiet alleys. In those memories, Yunyun had a round, youthful face, not as striking as the anxious Yunyun before me now. Are you okay? She asked, her voice tinged with worry. Her features slowly merged with the image in my mind, blending into one. In confusion, I called out a strange name, Yunyun. Yunyun's whole body jolted. You remember I shook my head, just the name came to me. Everything else is hazy. But Yunyun seemed deeply satisfied. She threw her arms around me, her head buried in my shoulder. Your hands are trembling. Her voice was muffled. Don't speak. Don't get my clothes wet with your tears. Shut up, it's just the damp sea air. The others crowded around us. Is Xiao alright? Jibota said. You just collapsed out of nowhere. Jibota wore a mask of concern. We were talking and Xiao suddenly fainted. It scared me to death. Yunyun shot him a sharp glare. Jibota shrank back a step, intimidated. Maybe it's just a bit of anemia. No need to worry, Director Chen chimed in. You really gave Xiao a scare. Before we could react, she rushed to your side. Instinctively, I squeezed Yunyun's hand, applying gentle pressure. Rest for now. I've already set up the tent. I nodded. All right. Then it hit me, we'd be sleeping together tonight. I dawdled until everyone else had gone to bed. Left with no choice, I returned to the tent. Yunyun smirked, finally decided to show up. I thought you'd bunk with actor Ding tonight. I'd love to, but I've got a ton of questions burning inside. I had to come ask no matter what. I sat at the foot of the bed. We knew each other before, didn't we? Yunyun gave a soft I couldn't wrap my head around it. How could we have known each other? I just transmigrated here. How could I have known you in high school? So she told me a story. In our first year of high school, word came that her grandmother's health was failing. My parents couldn't spare the time, so Yunyun volunteered, requesting a half-semester leave from school. Since she'd already mastered the curriculum, on the way to the sanatorium, there was a road lined with cherry blossom trees. When the world's cherry blossoms were in full bloom, as she passed by, she always had to dodge falling petals. She disliked that road, until one day, riding her bike, a white canvas shoe fell from a tree, landing right in her bike basket. Yunyun slammed on the brakes. Looking up, a figure emerged from the branches, dressed in a baggy blue school uniform. His fluffy hair, a messy mop, his big eyes, curving into guilty crescent moons. Can you toss my shoe back up, he asked. Yunyun obliged. She watched the boy on the tree put his shoe back on, then nimbly climbed down. His uniform jacket bulged, and when he unzipped it, a small soccer ball was tucked inside. He tossed the ball over the neighborhood wall, prompting cheers from a group of kids. Those brats were playing soccer. Your big brother's done picking up after you. Then he casually ruffled his hair. Xiao, thanks for the help. That's how Yunyun met her first friend in Nanchang. This boy named Xiao was always so cheerful, though he often said things that made no sense. Like getting sent to the wrong time is bad enough. But why high school? And why this Xiao? Why did it have to be a science track? Physics, chemistry, math. Every subject's out to kill me. Yunyun thought he was just stressed from bad grades, so she kindly offered to tutor her friend. As they studied, she, a freshman, became Xiao's personal problem solver. She wanted to teach her friend, but he only cared about reading comics. Just get by, that's enough. I'm only stuck here for 6 months before I leave. Studying's pointless. Don't look at me like I'm a slacker. I'm a top-notch humanities scholar, okay? Yunyun could only sigh. Where are you going? Xiao scratched his head. No idea. The system glitched, so I bolted. According to the plot, at the earliest, it should have sent me to the talent show timeline. Yunyun understood. You want to be a star. Even stars need an education. Come find me later. It'll get you into an acting prep course. Xiao was stunned. You know about that stuff. Yunyun gave a soft Her family owned an entertainment company, though it wasn't doing well. If Xiao wanted to be a star, she'd have to pay more attention to that struggling company. Xiao invited her to his place for dinner. I'll cook you a chicken feast. Yunyun believed him. But when she arrived, you're stewing the whole chicken. Don't call it ugly. It'll taste just as good once it's done. Yunyun sighed again, realizing she needed to learn to cook too. Then one day, her grandmother's condition became critical. She waited outside the sanatorium's hospital wing, her hands clasped tightly, her fingers pale. Xiao burst in like a gust of wind. I skipped class to keep you company. Yunyun's parents were busy with work. She'd been raised by drivers and nannies, always thinking herself strong and independent. until that moment when she felt what it meant to have someone there. The doctor brought the surgery consent form. She signed it. Yan beside her froze. Your name's Yunyun. Didn't you say it was Yunyun? Yunyun shrugged it off. Grandma picked the name, but my parents didn't like it and changed it. But the boy beside her was still reeling. Oh no, I became friends with the protagonist. I accidentally changed the plot. I can't be the villainous sidekick anymore. In my world, I'm already dead. If I don't transmigrate, I'm done for. Don't worry, your grandma will be fine. Yan decided to let things unfold. First comforting his friend, let me tell you, I'm from the future, a transmigrator. I know the plot. Yan, though he often spoke in riddles, never lied. Yunyun gave a soft her heart settling. Sure enough, hours later, the doctor said the surgery was a success. Her grandmother would move to a 24-hour care unit. At that moment, Yan got a Longo Verdu system notification. The timeline had been fixed. Head exit the plot tomorrow. After some hesitation, he shared the news with Yunyun. After all, his body would soon be taken over by the system. His actions from then on would become those of the novel's foolish venomous sidekick. And the novel's plotline couldn't be disrupted. A major deviation might mean he'd never have come to this world. His fate was now in Yunyun's hands. I need to tell you something that sounds completely absurd, but you have to believe it's all true. You'll fall for a guy named Jiboter. Yunyun clenched her fists. I'd never like him. Yan brushed it off. You haven't met him yet. The novel says it's love at first sight. Hey, don't interrupt. Listen up. Then I'll pester you relentlessly and marry you. Why are you laughing? Take this seriously. Yunyun's brows furrowed. Her youthful face held a maturity beyond her years. I understand. I'll make sure everything follows your plot. But you'd better come back soon. Yan nodded. No problem. If all goes well, we'll meet again in 5 years. I'm not letting go of a golden ticket like you. Yunyun asked one last question. What did you really look like? Pretty similar to now. That day she walked Yan home, sitting on a bench outside his apartment all night, lit by the glow of streetlights. The next day, she saw the familiar boy come downstairs. He passed right by her, truly not recognizing her. Devastated, she trudged back to the sanatorium, passing that cherry blossom road. The petals long gone, the branches bare. Later on, just as Yan had predicted, she met Jiboda. She supported him behind the scenes as planned. The only difference from the plot was when Jiboda confessed to her. She coldly rejected him. You're lying. You schemed so much to help me. How could you not like me? Yunyun ordered her assistant to escort Jiboda out. Let Mr. G in again, and you're fired. Yan entered the entertainment industry, but the boy she knew hadn't appeared. He said they'd meet in 5 years. Now it had been 8. That aired the show's final episode. Yunyun used her influence to get the production team to change plans. They brought in a new guest couple and sent a team to accompany us to Nanchang, the place Yunyun said we first met. The theme the crew gave us was the flutter of young love. They even managed to get us #1 middle school uniforms. I felt a bit shy stepping out in it. Doesn't this make me look too young? Yunyun looked stunning in her uniform. Just a bit taller than the girl in my memories. It's not like the one in my dreams. You're dreaming proper dreams, right? Nothing inappropriate. Yunyun laughed. The comments were thrilled. What dreams? Spill the details. Don't skip a single one. One could listen all day. I sat on the back of Yunyun's bicycle. She said she'd help me recover my memories. Then don't go spreading lies or pin bad deeds on me to ruin my reputation. Yunyun gave a cold huff. She took me to the cherry blossom trees where we met, the corridor where we did homework together, and the cemetery where her grandmother was laid to rest. Before her grandmother's grave, Yunyun gripped my hand tightly. Silent. We stood there for a long time. Before leaving, I said I need to whisper a few words to Grandma. Step away. Don't eavesdrop. Yunyun walked 10 meters off. Turning around, she bowed to the kind-faced woman in the photo. I'm sorry I made her wait so long. Don't worry. I'll stay by Yunyun's side forever. No one will hurt her. After the couple's show aired, Yunyun and I became the hottest CP. I a third-tier star. Shot to April's top trending celebrity, constantly topping the charts. Countless scripts were lined up for me, but I turned them all down. I'd owed Yunyun too much time. These trivial jobs shouldn't disrupt our life together. Yunyun said she wanted to redo our wedding. I found it a hassle and suggested skipping it. Yunyun wasn't pleased. She shoved me adjusting her nightgown, scolding me you took advantage and now want to run. That's too irresponsible. She stormed off to shower. I lay on the bed reflecting, realizing she had a point. A wedding, huh? That could work. I got up for a glass of water. On a whim, I opened the bedside drawer. Inside was a leather-bound diary. My gut told me it held secrets about me. I've learned to cook. I'm a qualified lazy pig feeder now. You'll be amazed when we meet again. August 2016, Xiao Yan got into university. The system's host is way better than you. If you were here, you'd probably have to repeat a year. You call yourself a humanities scholar, I don't buy it. October 2017, Xiao Yan got chased by someone at uni. You never said if he dated anyone. Probably not a key plot point, but since he's meant to like me, he surely wouldn't fall for anyone else. So I broke them up no problem. May 2019, I met Djibouti today. Exactly like you described. He twisted his ankle and nearly fell into my arms. Good thing I dodged. I don't like him one bit. Your plot predictions are totally off. January 2020, back at the sanatorium for Grandma's memorial. Those annoying kids from back then are all grown up. Why haven't you come back? I'm starting to forget the past. I can't keep holding on. Scratch Daddy can hold on a long time, but you'd better hurry. September 2020. I signed Djibouti to my company. Visited the set today. You said in the novel's story. This is when I first meet Xiao Yan. I spent over an hour getting ready, excited, then realized it wasn't you I was meeting. November 2022, I married Xiao Yan. I followed every step of your plot, but you didn't keep your promise to show up. Will you ever come back? March 2023, off to film the show. If you don't show up by this point, does that mean you never will? If it weren't for you, I'd never join such a boring show. So you'd better show up right now. Is it you? I don't dare hope anymore. It's you. I realized my face was streaked with tears. After the show, we were supposed to divorce quickly. The original character would die in despair. Yunyun, I ran to the bathroom, pounding on the door. I want to give you a grand wedding. Before I could finish, the bathroom door cracked open slightly. Yunyun's half-face peeked through. She gritted her teeth. I'm showering. What do you want now? Oh, right. I nodded thoughtfully. Can't hear clearly. Hold on, I'll come in and explain everything.